After today, it's gonna be hard to go back to patrolling the Pridwood.
Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
There's only one way to find out.
Absolutely.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
I can't believe I was lucky enough to get this assignment.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska.
It's gonna be hard to go back to patrolling the Pridwood.
Primary targets any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Green lights across the board. It's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, you really want to keep an eye on the big guy. Appreciate it.
After this, I can't wait till we start live weapons. One must be careful with heights, yes?
Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be Right now, we have him running off of the Pridwin's engine. Once I get that sorted out, we'll send him off to kick in the Before you head off to your next assignment, I came up with this little beauty myself. I think...
This wasn't necessary, Ingram.
Come on. You earned the damn thing. Besides, Liberty Prime isn't about to run out and get you a gift. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
I can't believe I was lucky enough to get this assignment.
By Elder Max's orders.
Elder.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Uh-huh. Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the... A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from... After careful analysis of the information, Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then...
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your... However, that doesn't absolve you. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt...
I won't do it. Dance deserves...
What he asks is just wrong. Monsieur Dance is our friend.
You will do it. This is not up for judge. I'm giving you a direct order, Knight. And I expect you... Listen. I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your... But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. You're dismissed.
Wish they let me have a gun.
Attention.
Keegan just lied.
Halbert pilot to station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to station
Knight.
Epsilon. That is
I
all.
was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a
Sure.
I was merely sorry that you'd been... I've been poring over Dance's duty reports. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge. I think our best approach would be to identify every location. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, that can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Halen.
Why? In too much of a rush to pull the trigger? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did... There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought... Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us...
Of course. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or...
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Dance.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll...
If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the man who revived Prime, the Brotherhood is in your debt. Now, did you have documents for me? Or perhaps you were
I found some technical documents for you.
Splendid. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, the Commonwealth is an almost... Check.
No matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
eradicate these abominations. After today, it's gonna be hard to go back to patrolling the Pridwin.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care.
Concur. That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brother. If you're not convinced by what he says...
Is not compassion a worthy virtue?
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes...
I agree.
Before the Pridwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. Just be careful.
Lancer Captain Kells said it's gonna take a lot of hard work and discipline if I want to be as good as you.
When it comes to keeping the Pridwin running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
Excuse me.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight?
Yes, here you go.
Excellent. This will help. Here's some caps for the trouble.
Engaging basic maneuver. You've been well, monsieur. Soon, I'll graduate tonight and get to take on missions like this on my own.
Going down. Intruder, identify yourself.
Engaging evasive maneuvers. The term is Yahoo? I can't believe I was lucky enough to get this assignment.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxon's orders. Does he even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that we're good friends, and this must be very difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
Uh-huh. The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
You're the proof that Maxon's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I'm not technology that's gone out of control. I've been a benefit to mankind, not its downfall. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Squire's gonna be so jealous when I get back.
Going up.
Wish they let me have a gun. Proctor Tegan just laughed at me.
Ground floor.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's not a thing. He's one of your best men.
Have you taken leave of your senses? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, The Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
That's insane. He dedicated his life to protecting mankind.
Is that what it told you? How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide. Know that I'm going to my...
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Whether he's human or not, Dan saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive. Which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight. And your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Prydwen, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Prydwen Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
It took a hell of a lot of guts
quite
to stand up to
defensible.
Maxon like that.
Friends take care of each other, no matter what.
That they do. Which is why I've decided to stay here. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post. But it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you. Now, you better get back to the Prydwen.
Sure.
If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxon knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her, and let her know what happened here. It's the least.
Can't you come with me now?
You heard what Maxon said. If I'm seen aboard the Prydwen, at the police station, or at the airport, not only would I be killed, but if you need me to take the fight anywhere else...
Uh-huh. Can't you come with me now?
You heard what Maxon said. If I'm seen aboard the...
Uh-huh.
But if you need me to...
Uh-huh. Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, You're making the Brotherhood proud. You're one hell of a soldier. You're one hell of a soldier.
After this, I can't wait till we start live weapons.
A human little sense of
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want this conversation will be as far as the Brotherhood of Steel. Do you understand?
Understood.
Good. Of course. Dance's execution created that traitor. Held quite an important... His quarters and all his possessions are now yours. Congratulations, Paladin.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Had I even a single doubt in my mind, I wouldn't have awarded you the promotion. Just be aware that at Brotherhood Paladin, I trust you won't disappoint them. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kell, report to him immediately for your next ad Victoriam, Paladin.
After this, I can't wait till we start live
Attention!
weapons training.
Any soldiers who have not yet received a field assignment from Proctor Tegan should...
This belongs in the garbage can, yes?
Lancer Captain Kells said it's gonna take a lot of hard work and discipline if I want to be as good as you. I don't see why everyone isn't out to eradicate these abominations. Soon I'll graduate tonight and get to take on missions like this on my own. Soon I'll graduate tonight and get to take on missions like this on my own.
Attention! Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been postponed. A new time and date will be forthcoming.
Wish they'd let me have a gun. Proctor Tegan just laughed at me.
I'm too busy to speak right now.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
Hail, Paladin.
I don't see why everyone isn't out to eradicate these abominations.
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
It's not every day they let us squires out into the field.
I have a situation I need to report.
All right. I'm listening.
Never mind. It can wait.
If you say so.
After today, it's gonna be hard to go back to patrolling the
Ah,
Prydwen.
Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding...
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest when the Institute is a smoking ruin. Until then, Elder Maxon and I... Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, they're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operation. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Fine, but it hardly seems worth our time.
The railroad may not appear to be a threat, but I can assure destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their lead. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe.
Should have buried those idiots when I was dealing with the ship.
Yes, it's quite disappointing that you allowed them to proceed this far. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or they use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are... If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will... I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise...
Anything useful you can tell me about Pam?
we have very little.
Right.
Its primary function is... I have no idea how successful... I'm sure Proctor...
I think that should be sufficient information. When you're ready, proceed. They'll provide demolition support.
Sure.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
If you find anything interesting in the railroad headquarters...
I have a situation.
Recon report. Knight
All right.
Wagner recording.
I'm listening.
Station keeping maintained. Recon report. Knight Wagner recording. It appears the intel claiming the old CIT ruins house an entrance to the Institute. Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up. My scouts and I spent days combing the location for a way in and turned up nothing, other than a couple of minor casualties. When a contingent of synths boxed us into an old tunnel where we were sniffing around. My immediate recommendation would be to follow the trail back on whoever provided that intel. I suspect some wastelander is feeding Proctor Quinlan lies to earn some caps.
Other Squire's gonna be so jealous when I get back. It's not every day they let us Squires out into the field. It's not every day they let us Squires out into the field.
It looks quite defensible.
Going down.
Soldier.
Paladin Dance.
Ready to continue.
Kill them all!
Apparently they've suffered from some sort of disease outbreak in there. I guess maybe it's a good thing they don't open the door much.
Heads up. They've stealth.
It was evidently pretty serious. And all inside what they're going through.
Think you're clever?
My understanding is that things are now under control. Small thing more, don't worry. They're probably back in danger. Let's face it, gentlemen. If you were this guy, you'd be thinking about it too.
Oh no! I have been hit.
Going up. Ground floor.
There is something nearby. Identity unknown. Again, monsieur. Did you miss something? I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence. And now, all robbers. We have detected unusual behavior. We will review these logs for relevant data.
War isn't a game, kid.
Pardon me, sir. I let my... can't believe I was lucky enough to get this assignment. Soon, I'll graduate. Other squires are gonna be so jealous when I get back.
Damn paladin.
I have a situation I need to report.
All right. I'm listening.
Never mind.
If you say so.
Captain.
Ah, Paladin. Good.
I'd like some time to prepare myself before you send me on my...
You will have ample time. Now, they're a small, but
right.
Our tactical... If we
hit them before they hit us, I like it.
Precisely. Destroying the railroad. To that end...
I have a situation I need to report.
All right. I'm listening.
Would it be possible for the Brotherhood to...
It'd have to be a damn good reason to take our focus. I need specifics here.
I have a situation I need to report.
All right. I'm listening.
Never mind.
If you say so.
Excuse me, Captain Kells?
Ah, Paladin. Good. Come back here now, Paladin. This briefing isn't over. Ah, Paladin. Good. Come back here now, Paladin. This briefing isn't over.
Kells.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Come back here now, Paladin. This briefing isn't over.
It looks quite defensible.
Going down.
can count on me.
Hey.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that. If you have a moment, I have something personal I'd like to discuss.
Sounds important. Go ahead.
It is important, but
Well,
I've spent my entire life, but since my banishment, I feel lost. For the first time since that moment I signed up with the Brotherhood. I agree. It scares the hell.
It's impossible to plan your life. Hell.
Yet you've been able to roll with every punch that's been thrown. Don't you understand? Everything I had. In the span of a few hours, my identity was ripped. At least what you had was something. Your wife, your son. They were living. Yep. Those sons of bitches who created me couldn't even be bothered to implant memories of having siblings or parents. I don't even know how much of my own past is artificial and how much is...
Concur.
I started out as nothing. And I've ended up...
I'm truly sorry, Dance. I guess I never realized how deeply this affected you.
I appreciate that. I suppose you're right. My life's starting over. And which includes something... I don't know if it's friendship or an anomaly, but whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, you're like a brother to me. The best of friends.
And I'll do everything I can. Look, in fact, I don't envy some of the... if our roles had been reversed. Whatever the case may be. If you need me.
Going up. Ground floor.
No more raiders. If this is a dream, don't wake me up.
Oh, okay, well, it's a new day, boss. We all owe you one. Now what can I do?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Okay.
The raiders are gone. They're really gone. I can hardly believe it. Anyways, sorry, what did you need, boss?
I'll take a look, sure.
Right away, boss.
Yes?
Ready. Want to swap some gear?
Hey.
All right.
Wait there.
Roger. Holding position.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Come on.
No problem.
Hold position.
Holding.
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
Just ask, and I'll try to help.
I think I need to run my mission solo for a while.
Very well. Just remember everything I've taught you, and you'll do just fine. Keep your gun loaded, and watch your back out there.
Son.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really.
Perhaps. Standing here, I know that to you I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute, both of us, really. I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was it only made sense that I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, to not only do so, extraordinary.
So it was you?
Yes. It was my decision.
Sure.
Certainly it was no longer necessary. An experiment. I had no idea what kind of with the Commonwealth corrupt, perhaps most curious to me.
Sean,
I can see that you soon, I hope. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see, I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. But I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.